Hello, Canned here, CC for short, and today I would like to talk to you about Changelings.
You feel defend yourself against the changelings, but I try to find a different way. This is like war, just open the door like another day. You know this, it's really gonna pay.
Or, to be exact, can changelings talk? Ever since their one and only appearance in A Canterlot Wedding, the changelings have become a rather popular character amongst fans, often appearing in fan works of all kinds, and running the gambit of mook antagonists to romantic leading characters. But are these characters capable of basic human, pony speech? Well, Chrysalis is certainly capable of speech. In fact, one could say that she talks too much. Maybe stop revealing your evil plan to everyone in the room? The princess is standing right over there. However, given her strongly different physical appearance, as well as her position as queen, Chrissy could easily be an exception to the rule rather than a solid example to use for all changelings. So perhaps it would be better to look at the changelings themselves. This does pose its own problem, as we never hear a changeling speak throughout either part of the episode. Or rather, let me clarify by saying that we never hear a changeling speak in its own voice. Yes, a small group does repeat Twilight's words, but that in and of itself does not mean speech. It is possible that they are parroting Twilight, mimicking her voice without understanding the context. Now, I've seen some argue that they must be able to talk since by their very natures, changelings are infiltrators. Thus, they would need to speak in order to be any good at it. And this does make sense. However, I do not believe anyone ever said that they were long-term infiltrators. If their goal was to totally replace a pony, to take their spot in life and work up to some larger scheme, then yeah, speech is very important. But if, however, the goal was to simply be able to get close to someone in order to drain them of their love, then a matching physical appearance would really be all that was needed, which is something that changelings can do very easily. And the episode does seem to suggest the fact that these creatures are more smash and grab than workers of a long con. Think about this. If Chrysalis's entire army can shapeshift, then why is she the only one infiltrating the kingdom? Why does she not bring in more changelings with her? She could have replaced half the citizens, or better, half the royal guard, and thus assuring she kept the upper hand even if discovered. Even a few minions would have been enough. Yet she goes in alone, her entire army only appearing when her cover is blown and her full-on assault is ready to begin. So maybe this does mean that changelings are not capable of speech. Maybe those hisses and growls we hear are their way to communicate with one another, and they can, at best, only echo words and sentences they hear when they're transformed. Now, normally, this would be about where I would have to wrap things up, but I'm about to do something I have not done before and normally do not entirely approve of, and that's turning to the comics. Now, the reason I'm going to do this is twofold. The first being that I think there is sturdy evidence linking both the comic and the main series on this topic. And secondly, because The Return of Queen Chrysalis is the only MLP comic I have so far, so, you know. I won't get too spoilery, but the basic summary would be that the main six get split up inside of a cave, and the changelings take forms of the other ponies not with whatever group they're targeting, and begin saying nasty things about them. So according to the comic, yes, changelings are not only able to understand pony speech, but they can converse in it as well. Now, here is where I think it ties into the main series itself. While the episode provides no examples of the changelings speaking, we do see several examples of them reacting to what others are saying. When they repeat Twilight's words, they wear mocking expressions, showing that they are aware of their actions, that they know they are making fun of her. In a scene shortly after, Pinky asks a changeling to copy her, to which the changeling complies after an exaggerated roll of his eyes. So clearly, there is a total understanding on their part. So to meet both arguments halfway, I think it is completely possible that, in their natural state, the changelings do not speak the same language as ponies, but can otherwise converse when in pony form. Maybe their copies are so perfect that everything down to even the vocal cords is altered when they morph. So, if this is true, then why did none of the changelings speak in the episode? Well, why would they need to? What new information could any of them have given us? We already knew Chrysalis's plans. We already knew the changelings were invading. We already knew that there was a massive battle raging across Canterlot. There wasn't really anything for them to say, except for maybe a few more taunts, but really, would that have added anything to this scene? Personally, I think that by the time we got to this fight, we knew everything we needed to know. So, to answer the question of whether or not changelings can speak, the answer is a very obvious and resounding no. No, they cannot. Changelings cannot speak, so if you see a pony talking, then clearly that is a normal pony and there is no need to pay it any attention. Everything is fine. Hey guys, cannedcream here. Sorry I'm late, but I'm here now and I'm ready to... Ooh. Okay. What?
Stay pony, my friends.